Okay, let's start. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining to Waycraft, yet another show. Here, we talk about the person rather than the achievements. We talk about the journey rather than the destination. And we actually talk about the speed breakers rather than the milestone. So, with that very small intro, I will probably now bring the person whom we have, somebody who is very close to me, somebody whom I know for a little short while, but duration is not important, depth is important. Mithyll Dave. In his career, I will allow him to introduce himself, but in his career, he has taken the role of bringing people in front of the camera or the brand in front of people, where he is in the multiplier business of impression and he is in the catching business of eyeballs. So he is a brand visibility, marketing, content generation, that professional. As you can see in his screen, he is also a winner of Maddie. So with that, Mithyll, short and sweet introduction of yourself. Thank you so much for coming to the show. And please make your beginning with a beautiful introduction of you.
Thank you so much, Sathish. It means a lot to be on this platform. Hello, everyone. My name is Mithyll Dave. I am a business coach, a content creator, and I work with coaches, professional speakers, as well as corporates to build their business ecosystem, sales, and combine into the system. Started my journey since 2004 as a corporate trainer. Ever since been into this field, I'm a professional speaker as well as author of 2 books. Blessed with a angel and married to a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you can actually see the content creator coming in the last. Lovely. Okay, Mithyll, let's start with your own version of your younger days. I'm sure you are currently in Mumbai, but you are not from Mumbai. So take us through your younger days. I'm sure there will be, that's the logical explanation on how to start.
Got it. So, Satish, I've been born and brought up in Mumbai, but we belong to a smaller region of Gujarat called as Dared. So
Mhm.
my grandfather migrated from there, and my forefathers are from Prayagraj.
Mhm.
So I really don't know whether I call myself a UPite or a Gujarati. I have no idea about it. But one thing is for sure, I'm an Indian.
Right.
So yes, born and brought up in Mumbai, and come from a simple family, and started my uh, education into the science field. Was not that, I would say, extrovert first, but it took me some time, all thanks to my teachers who gave me the confidence to speak, gave me the confidence to think, and also gave me the confidence to be a rebel. Because science as a subject is something where you need to keep on challenging,
Uh-huh.
and it's not an ingrained thing, but it's a skill that has to be developed. So
Absolutely.
all thanks to them. But one thing is for sure, from the beginning, I always wanted to, one, create something, and two, used to love, I still love selling. So my father always used to say, be independent, Mithil, be independent. So what I did, one, when I was in my college, sorry, when I was in my college, I belong to Bhavan's College in Mumbai, so which
Right.
is in South Bombay, and I often used to visit the Dawa Bazaar, which is in Marine Lines. So over
Okay.
there, we used to get lenses, and I, in my school days from Nehru Science Center, I had learned the process of making telescopes.
Oh,
So I
wow.
used to, in my college, I used to make telescopes and sell it to my fellow friends and my professors. And then I used to also buy perfumes from Crawford Market as a cheaper rate, and then I used to sell it to all my friends and anyone who wanted. And that's how I paid my college fees and became independent there and there. And also joined an insurance company during that time, ICICI Prudential. And for a clear reason that uh, my supposed to be the boss, Navroz, he said, Mithyll, if you be an insurance agent and if you wish to become a trainer, you can be a trainer.
Mhm.
And I was very much fascinated because I remember in my first year of science, one of my professor, all respect to her, she was talking about the evolution and Big Bang theory.
Mhm.
And I don't know, but somewhere the concepts what she was conveying were not correct. So I challenged, I said, no, what you are teaching is absolutely incorrect. She said, oh, you know better. Well, I don't say I know better than you, but I know the right thing about the Big Bang theory and I can share it to you.
Mhm.
Fine, come on the
Mhm.
board and explain. And I
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
And she was flabbergasted and she became fan of me.
Okay.
And she understood that yes, she need to learn a lot too. Uh, but she didn't knew that space was my core subject. I loved space.
Right.
Wanted to be an astronaut and fly around the space and get a lot of information,
Wow.
but never got that opportunity. But at least I gathered that information. The only at that time the enemy was physics. I
Mhm.
never loved physics.
Mhm.
So yes, that was the only challenge, and the key ingredient to become an astronaut was to be having physics. So I said, okay, no problem. But that's how I wanted to be a trainer, and that's how I joined the insurance industry, the BFSI industry, and ever since there, whether it is selling perfume, deodorants, to selling telescopes, to selling insurance, and then to training people. So that's what I do, and that's what I have become over a period of time.
Absolutely. So the rebel by heart and the salesman by profession. So that's that's a nice combination. Okay. Now I think you led me to the next question. By the way, to all the viewers, there are some errors which are coming in LinkedIn. I'm not that technical to understand. So if something is there, anyway, we are recording it and we publish it in LinkedIn. So I'm that simple a guy. So if something is not right, you guys figure it out because I can't figure it out. Otherwise, recording is still there. Anyway, we'll publish it. Okay. So now coming back to the childhood phase, why do you think that you are? Like, was there an influence? I think this show is all about, understanding the inner. You don't have to name them or you don't have to probably bring it. I don't want the sensitive subjects here. I want to understand the environment of influence, how it actually being sourced into our own action and vision for the future.
I totally agree with you, Satish. Yes, environment matters a lot. So the love for community comes from the concept because I belong to a place called as Matunga in Mumbai and used to stay in Chaul. That was the primitive version of Mumbai where more than 50 families used to stay in a building. Now we have apartments. Earlier it was chawls. So it was
Mhm.
like a one close family. So we had a close family of 54 families staying together, all different, we can say, uh, culture, caste, religion, everything.
Right,
But it was one family. So
right,
many a times parents never knew that where in which house the kid is having lunch or dinner
right,
and coming back, right?
right,
But then everyone was at least secured that yes, the kids are here, everything is here, and whenever anyone needed any kind of help, physical or monetary, it was a collective efforts done.
mhm,
So the love of community came from there. And that's why I always try to bring as much as possible and serve the community as much as possible because I personally feel whatever I am is because of the community. And it's always better to give back to the community so that the circle completes. Coming to that, what I do today or what I am today is, yes, again, a collection of all the people whom I associated at that time. Many of the people, since I was a rebel, I never followed the standard things. Uh, come from a family of educators. My father was a maths professor. My aunt was a principal. So, but since never was good in education. So many a times during the result days, my parents as well as my extended family used to be scared. First, it was a competition mode between me and
Yeah.
my cousin sister. So I used to excel, and then a time came when I kind of lost the interest in education. I
Mhm.
said, whatever I want to become, I can't become. Why do I study? It's let me just focus on building myself and build my skills otherwise. And what happened is, in my childhood, somewhere I was not performing well, and my
Mhm.
aunt came and said, Mithyll, you are like, it is 10th standard, you need to perform, you need to do this education and all that. I said, see, even if I don't perform well, it's absolutely fine. I'll start a business and I'll write check. I have
Mhm.
no problem at all.
Mhm.
So I was very much clear in my mind that yes, what I want to do. And over a period of time, I came in 12th standard. I was more into extracurricular activities like badminton and theaters, and couldn't focus much on education, and I failed because I associated with uh, pursuing my dream like how it is in the movie Rockstar. But somehow I neglected education and I failed in 12th standard.
Mhm.
Not in one subject, but three subjects.
Mhm.
And one of the subject was my father's subject, mathematics. And
Well,
so, I mean, he was scared that I will commit suicide, but then I knew that even though uh, I had studied very hard, but during the end period, my one of my management from the college said, like, you will not get the hall ticket because your attendance is too less. And I gave up studying. I still
oh,
had 2 months, but then probably because of that misunderstanding, I got the hall ticket in the end. But then I said, what's the point? Because I said, if I'm not going to get time to give the exam, might as well not study and study for the next year.
right.
But I couldn't say that to my parents. No one will believe that. And eventually I failed. Parents thought I'll commit suicide. So they were very scared. Extended family was very scared. I said, please be relaxed. Uh, so I was kind of like, uh, was not allowed to go outside the house for entire 1 year till the time I didn't cleared my exams.
Right.
But then, yes, happy to see that during that 1 year, sitting at home, doing nothing else but just focusing, gave me the idea that, if you kind of put your brain to one particular aspect or a goal, you can achieve it. And
Mhm.
that's how got me the idea of thinking out of the box, even though sitting inside the box. And
Mhm.
that's how I
Mhm.
progress ahead.
So
Yeah.
as I actually listen to it, correct me if my understanding or probably my inference is right. So based on the situations, you are in a type of person who make a very quick decisions. Okay. Is that my inference is right? Because based on yes or no, I can draft my next question.
Okay. Yes, Satish, your answer is right. And that is inspired by one of the quote by Bruce Lee, be
Hmm.
like water.
Hmm.
So I just flow based on the situation and I take the decisions. And then I think about how to make that decision correct, as Ratan Tata also says.
Right, right. Okay. So if let's say that now you have crossed all those stages, now you are actually sitting in, you are a father now, husband now, and a responsible son now, much more responsible, or at least much more trying to be responsible to your in-laws now. Okay. Now what will Bruce Lee tell?
Can you repeat the question, Satish? I
I'm
mean, the
saying
last,
like,
the last line, the
no,
last
well,
line.
okay. The last line is no, like if the Bruce Lee's quote has to be amended right now, okay, w- how can you amend it?
I will
Or,
not amend
or,
it. I will not
okay,
amend it, Satish. I'll
okay,
still be the same. The only thing is, yes, since I am responsible, this water is also responsible.
right,
So I will say, I do build a dam
right,
and collectively create that potential energy so that I
hmm,
can navigate in the right way. But still, the flow is there.
right, 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 right. And if you think the flow is there, okay, generally there are two things. One is if it is uncontrolled or if it is natural, we don't call it a flow. We call it a meander. The minute you say it is a flow, it means it is structured and channeled.
Exactly.
My question is then it is no more fluid.
Might be possible.
Yeah.
True.
So, right. This this structuring, why I'm doing it is because now my question is, let's say I'm not going to take your career per se. Okay. Let's say that this matured version of Mithyll, it probably has to travel back to the earlier version. Okay. Would you probably think there may be a chance that you would probably take your bloodline, which is education kind of a thing, and probably the academics would have gone a little higher, something like that. Will you probably be, if you're going to actually repeat it, not with the rebel mindset, with a natural, real mindset? Okay, how would have been your life now? Let's take some fantasy journey.
Okay, so the timeline would have been absolutely different, Satish. In that case, I was, and I would have still continued to be an obedient son, following everything was been told, uh, doing it as then not applying my brain, but just applying the collective brain of the people whom I associated with, and that's how I would have just progressed with it, and then the life would have unfolded the way as it would have, but without a proper, I would say, uh, okay, in this way, if I say I would have been the ship, but the captain would have been different.
And where do you think the ship would be going? Education, or maybe a professor, or maybe something like that,
Probably
or
an employee.
something like a salary employee.
Probably just end up being an employee. That's it.
Perfect. So I was kind of expecting that because everybody is like that here. Then comes a very natural question: do you still have that salary guy mentality in you at some point in time, or it is always there? Is the rebel sometimes takes the back seat, and then the salary class mentality comes in the front?
See, till 2010, Satish, I was salaried. I was associated with corporates. I was working as an employee.
Right.
The day I got my pink slip, the day the company decided that due to subprime effect, which happened in US, India is getting affected and my department is getting closed, and I'm given 2 months of salary just 3 months before my marriage and told like, Mithil, thank you for your service. You did really great. We really wanted you, but unfortunately we can't have you.
Oh.
That day I decided that I will not give my life or the control of my destiny in someone else's hands to navigate and control it.
Mhm.
Whatever it will be, even if I'll have to survive on vada pav, that's absolutely fine. Or even idli in that case, because two are my favorite food. But I will not uh, go back to the employee mindset. And all thanks to my wife Neha. She said, Mithil, don't worry, I'm there with you. And ever since the day of marriage and before that too, she has been there with me at every step of my life. And if I say my backbone or whatever I am is only because of her, because her support ensured that, come what may, whatever kind of storm comes or whatever kind of people brings politics into it, I'll still go ahead. Probably she is my fluidity, if I have to
Mm.
say.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah.
Okay, this a strange question comes to my mind right now. Neha puts the trust on you.
Yes.
Is the trust on your skill, on your journey, on your capacity, or on herself to be the constant in your life?
I think both herself as well as me as a human being, as a person who she loves. So both.
Right. So where is the human being come as far as your uh, uh, current structure is concerned? Like, because you as a human being has to forego the thing that every human being has to have. Like, we all like spotlights, we all like this. And you are a working professional right now who's actually has to take a step back and put your client in the first. So the client are your heroes, and you should probably become a shadow. Not even a shadow. You should make sure the lighting is so much that shadow is not visible. Okay. So now comes the inner adaptation of being a rebel, being, because if you are going to probably show a rebel right now, I don't think I'll sign up you for my branding. Of course there are some creativity aspects for it, but not more than that. Okay. So from where did that adaptation happen? Was it a forced one rather?
Okay. I am a strong believer of Krishna. In fact, in both my books, my hero who I have depicted in both the books is Madhav.
Yeah, you tell the name of the book also. Yeah.
Okay, so from Invisible to In Demand, this is one book, and the second book is The Brand Alchemist. So both the books, the main character who is again helping the people over there is Madhav, and Madhav represents Krishna. And I truly believe the way Krishna navigated everything through Mahabharata or also through the life, he never was the center point. He was always the strategist. He
Right.
always was behind the scene, not playing politics. Like, see, there are two types of people. One who are behind the scene, play politics so that their benefits are done and gets
Mhm.
affected someone else. No.
Mhm.
The second one are the one who are still behind the scene. They be like leaders and they navigate and they guide. But they
Mhm.
never they act like catalyst,
Mhm.
but they never actually be participate in the reaction.
Mhm.
So I choose to be a catalyst
Mhm.
and try my level best with open arms to welcome the clients and help them by altering the reaction to maybe speed up or slow down depending upon the need, and take them to the place where they actually want to go, or probably they deserve. They probably don't see that, but as a coach I do see it. Okay, they deserve this, they are asking this, but they deserve this. So can I push them to go here? And been blessed to at least bring more than 90% of my clients here and not here.
Okay. With that, I have to tell that I think this Invisible to In Demand book is your second book, and
Yeah,
that green color, I
the brand
remember
alchemist.
the Brand Alchemist is your first book, because when I first met you, you introduced that book to us
Yes, yes.
here. So great, and my wishes for thousand more books to come.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
that way, this tendency you actually said, like being a catalyst. Okay. Being a catalyst has advantage. Being a catalyst actually has a lot of problems also. Okay. When I say I can list it A to Z of it, but I'm sure you would understand all the problems which is there here, because the result now depends on your efficiency. Actually, it need not be your efficiency, because the result is some example. You are my media consultant. Okay, the result is depending on how I'm doing my performance, etc., etc. But the word catalyst is something which is used where I can very easily shift the blame on,
Agreed.
and I'm sure it would have happened, or probably like that it has happened to somebody else. Okay. My question is not on the profession. Okay. This happens even in our life. Okay. No need to be a brand alchemist to take a blame. Okay. A son is put in a situation, husband is put in a situation, father is put in a situation, or a normal citizen of a country is put in a situation. Okay. Now, if I'm throwing you in that world right now, okay, what would be your first ever reaction? Because you are now a catalyst in your profession. So if I deliberately throw you into a problem, so I'm sure you will survive. So that makes my question much more valuable, because now I know that you know what is to be done. Okay. So what will go on in your mind, and how do you adapt? And there are times you may probably take the blame, might as well. So give us all those things. Whatever is going on in your brain, just download.
Okay. See, first and foremost, I will evaluate whether it's my mistake or did I contributed to that mistake or that problem. If yes, I will own it, I will accept it, I will apologize it. But I will also then think what is there in my control? And that is only actions. The result is not in my control.
Right.
I will only and only focus on actions and ensure that that action brings a different result over a period of time, what it gave. And every human being has the freedom to fail. Every human being has the freedom to commit mistakes, because I always say, even to my clients, the biggest risk in life is not to take a risk.
Yeah.
And if you have, not taken a risk and if you feel you are perfect, that means no,
Yeah.
you are not perfect.
Yeah.
You need to do mistakes and you will learn from them. The only thing is, will society give you a second chance? Ideally, yes, the society should give a second chance, because people who commit mistakes or do any kind of wrong things or fall into problems is because of circumstances or how it was led there.
Mm.
No one intentionally does mistakes. However, there are many aspects to it. So I will not
Yeah.
touch to
The
that, but
second chance always comes with a brand. It's like, ah, failed one kind of a
absolutely,
brand. Yeah.
absolutely. It's like a black dot on the graph.
Yes.
True.
Yeah. Uh, this this actually takes me to a probably an intense zone. You said that you believe in second chance. Okay. Many a times you don't get it, or many possibilities that many areas where it's all hit or quit. I think in your corporate life also that was something you said, some technical word, because of that, 2 months is given and then say, where are we heading, Mithil? According to you, where are we heading? When
We are
when
heading, we are
Yeah, go
heading,
on,
we are
go
heading,
on.
Satish, to a very beautiful place, I must say. A place where consciousness will be at the peak. The only thing is, human has to understand human wherever, and I'm talking from a global aspect, I'm talking
Mm,
from AI aspect, I'm
mm,
talking from politics aspect. Everything is technically going towards the good side. Only thing is, the human has to be accountable for it.
mm,
And eventually, if we build communities and grow together with that attitude rather than competing, collaborate, things will be much easier and will be better soon. It will
mm,
eventually be,
mm,
because whatever the conditions will be left after the war, people will be left with only the sense of collaboration, nothing else.
mm,
The sense of competition would have been absolutely removed. Whosoever survives, whether it is job, AI, or war, whosoever survives, they all have to come together. Probably we'll end up even doing agriculture together. You never
mm,
know.
mm, mm,
But yes, eventually we are going towards a good phase, is what
mm,
I
mm,
feel.
mm, mm. Okay, this moment of consciousness made me think about this question, which I normally have this written in my journal. Is that a person, personality, profession, and purpose? Okay. And I have this habit of documenting this in my own life for years now. Okay. How, as a person, I am, what is the personality I thought I will have, but it didn't go well. Okay. Then the profession which I wanted to be, many times we will not be in the profession, or even though here we may not be doing what we want to do, and the purpose. Okay. Uh, the minute you are talking about the consciousness level, okay, how do you place, let's say, if we have to understand Mr. Conscious, okay, what would be the personality, profession and purpose of a conscious one?
I can only try, Satish.
Why not?
I'm
There
not
is
an
no
expert
right
in
answer,
this.
wrong answer. Yeah. This is
Okay.
this is just because the reason of the show itself is that, like, we are flowing because the answer, whatever that you are trying to take it right now, you are not going to fabricate an answer, because obviously, if I'm pushing you to a position, you will probably take it from what is there already.
True.
So that's the inner journey. That's the whole purpose of the show. There is no right, there is no wrong. We just want to
Okay.
understand, because from wherever you are now, you are actually running some great brands. I think it's not because of the success which the brand is looking at. The success is actually because of the person. Okay. So instead of just thinking about the bells and whistles, okay, I want to look at the person who has actually gone through it and then came here. Because tomorrow, sometimes what happened, touch wood, uh, uh, the bells and whistles will become invisible. The only constant in the entire journey is the person.
True.
So take a hit.
Okay. As per me, like, when it comes to consciousness, the type of person would be true to their own self first. They know who they are. There is no sense of manipulation or no sense of wearing mask, at least to that person,
Hmm,
because the consciousness starts within, is what I personally feel.
hmm,
The profession of that person, be it be any profession, but the one thing that that person would be doing is showing the right path.
hmm.
Then what are the next two things, Satish?
Person, personality, profession, and purpose.
Okay. Personality, if you see, will be mast mola.
What does
Uh,
that mean?
mast mola means just be at present,
Acha, okay. Mhm.
right? Smiling, like, one of the personality that I always see is you, Satish. When it comes to being consciousness, you are always smiling, radiating, right? So that aura will be so pure of that particular consciousness, uh, so that, it's not whether it attracts animals or even humans, doesn't matter, but people feel safe, people feel happy in the presence. That's going to be the personality. And the purpose will be, again, to show the right path, to
Mhm.
navigate them towards understanding their uh, navigating the opposite person to understand why they are there on this particular earth, and what is their I would say journey, or what are they supposed to do,
Mhm.
or to understand themselves, their personalities, or to navigate or heal themselves in any way possible.
Wow,
So these are the
amazing.
four things.
We should create one Mr. Conscious Man character then. I think this gives, why not? We'll probably, put consciousness as a GPT, and then, like, people can come and, put it here, and then it can give a conscious answer to whatever that they want. And every strategy has two ways. One is you take a shortcut, and another has a conscious way of doing it. I think
True.
I think Mr. Conscious can become a beautiful project also. Yeah, I think we will think about it. If things go well, I think we'll do that. Next comes, your Krishna reference. That's been in my mind for a very long time, and I'm just trying to figure out how to ask them. Many times the Krishna character, if anybody who refers to Krishna, there are, I ask them this question. Uh, Two ways to look at Krishna. Okay, one is Krishna being a friend, best friend, standing from end to end. Okay, and two being Krishna being manipulative. Okay, to get the best for his friend. We can keep the dharma little aside now. Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because it is very much related to the field which you are in, because I'm also pretty much in the field. To get the result, what is not we are trying. Okay. Now, According to Mithyll, if I say that knock off everything away, okay, Mithyll, I now you are the Krishna right now. Okay. Now you are building a result. You take any hypothetical situation, whichever comes to your mind, and give me a proper. I'm just taking all the words that you said. Give me a proper conscious. Okay, Masmola. What name? Maskola. That name. Okay, the person being a Krishna, being a responsible, person in life, and being truthful to the client. The same person, personality, profession, and purpose. Okay. How will you do it if you want to play Krishna right now?
Okay. First and foremost, Satish, thank you for that opportunity to be the Krishna, because no one in the world can be, because that's the epitome of consciousness,
Mm,
Krishna, if
mm,
you have to see.
yeah.
And yes, people do consider Krishna as a manipulator,
Mm,
and there is nothing harm in that.
yes.
Till the time the manipulation doesn't create any harm. Now there can be a debate. His manipulation affected the Kauravas, but it was for the dharma. And as you said, if we keep everything aside, now keeping client in mind, usually it is said that samadama dhanda bet,
Mm,
any way possible, get the results. Yes, but my very good friend recently taught me, for what,
mm.
right? So for what?
Yeah.
That is very much important. That
Yes.
answer should connect to the consciousness.
Yes.
If that answer is connecting to the consciousness, then yes, then you attempt any way possible to ensure that the result is there.
Mm,
But if the answer goes toward the negation, then there is no difference between you and an evil man, even though your
absolutely.
consciousness is pure.
Absolutely.
Like, for example, uh, I have read Mein Kampf. That's the journey of Hitler. Hitler was a conscious man. Genghis Khan was a conscious man, right? Whatever they did for first the country. But again, eventually, if we break down for what, it was for them. It was for their ego.
Yes.
And then what started as good eventually ended as bad. Maybe good for their country initially, but eventually it became bad to that extent that the same country for whom that person fought doesn't respect or doesn't give that value. And that is absolutely fine. I respect them. But the only thing is, the consciousness should give the positive answer, and then you apply the principles of Krishna over there. Then you become manipulator. In fact, to that extent, Satish, many a times people do tell me, Mithil, you manipulate. Yes, I do manipulate, but for the better good,
Yeah.
right? But I do meet a lot of manipulators in fact, in our community itself, who try to do things for their own personal sake, not for the betterment of the community. That's okay. But then at that time, then you need to stand up as a conscious man that this is not going towards the dharma.
Mm,
And you need to ensure doesn't make a difference. And that's why I think I am a rebel. Because if you see the entire journey of Krishna from birth till death, in fact, that entire journey teaches us so many things that whatever you came empty handed, you will go empty handed. Even though you are a god, he also went empty handed,
absolutely.
right? And what he got in the whole journey, no love from the parents, away from them. Then he was again away from the parents who took care of them,
Yeah.
right? Then brought the entire family and the entire kingdom from Mathura to Dwarka, because was not ready to go for a war for one person, because he knew that the opposite king is strong, right? That's why he is called as the Ranchod.
Mm,
Then in Dwarka, then he again came back to Hastinapur to follow the duties as a mama, supported the Pandavas because they were towards the dharma and not against it, right? Supported and protected Draupadi. And if you see, that is also completing the law of karma because she helped. So
Yes.
this came back. So everything was sorted,
Yeah.
right? Still, after killing or being the manipulator in the entire Kurukshetra as well as in the entire battle, what he got in the end? A curse that his entire clan would have been destroyed. And the way the clan was destroyed, in the way the Dwarka Nagari was finished, and the way he died.
Yeah.
And again, the way he died was also, again, he had to repay the debt of the previous Janam.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if the god also has to go through that, who are we?
Absolutely.
But at least have the control of that consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. The entire avatar is to stir. It's not for stirring to create confusion, but you have to stir to get the stability of the system. The avatar is very beautifully said. I think this is the crown of the show. If at all, something else is coming out later. Um, uh, uh, it was very deep, and if people who are looking into it can understand it in the proper sense, probably if the takeaway is that let me just understand this how you explained the karma, and then it was wonderful. And people always say that karma is like, okay, do it and then don't expect any outcome. Outcome is different from purpose. Okay. And the karma is the purpose here. So beautifully said. I'm very much elated now. If this can be okay, why not? Why should we stop here? This is my show. I can talk anything. So if this has to be set, okay, in a software development life cycle, okay, this is how my mind goes. I'm a crazy guy. Okay, let's explain Krishna as a model to create a project development life cycle. Krishna model of project development life cycle. Okay, how will it be?
First and foremost, Satish, I need to trademark this and take a patent of it. Because once this comes live, I'm sure, uh, because bringing that consciousness into a software is very dangerous.
Yeah,
And I'll give you an example here. Meta created AI. I think there were two AIs. Eventually, they started talking to each other. They created programs
yeah,
and they were
yeah,
shut down,
yes.
right? So, and again,
That
there's a
was that
beautiful.
that was how media was portraying it, but it is not that. But technically, yes. In 60% of truth, it is there, but not like that.
Sure, sure.
It was
So,
done to test it, but it went out of control. Yeah,
got it. Similarly, if you go to the movie Terminator,
yeah,
again, the AI, if we bring consciousness, now AI decides what is correct and what is wrong.
yeah,
And then there is Minority Report, then there is Lucy.
yeah,
So there are so many movies which actually makes us connect and understand the consciousness. And if the machine or the software gets that consciousness, it's no more in your control.
mm,
And there is many a times, then as I told, the consciousness, if gives the positive answer, then it will proceed ahead. If it is a negative answer, it leads to destruction.
right,
But who decides whether it is positive or negative? It
right,
will no more be in your control. It will be
yeah,
in the control of that consciousness,
mm,
right? And that consciousness does not many a times accept what you are thinking. Okay? Because may your frequency of consciousness may not be the frequency of the consciousness of the software. And
right,
that's why most of the time, people who call themselves as ChatGPT and Claude gurus, they still don't know about it,
yes,
right? Because prompt engineering is so deep. You need to understand to communicate with it. And see, AI has that power to do it. It's the ultimate source, 24/7, access to everything which you don't have. So that's the software. And if Krishna comes into that consciousness, and if we feed the entire Bhagavad Gita into, because that's what is Krishna's consciousness, right? If we feed the entire Bhagavad Gita into that software, half of the things that people want to do in this world, they will not be able to do with this software.
Yeah,
So, I mean, the software won't be sold. The people will try to jailbreak it, crack it, modify the code. Unfortunately, the consciousness will be so strong that you won't be able to.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. See, the purpose why uh, it is so strong is because even there should always be a reference system. Uh, uh, the uncontrollability that you are talking about is not something which is eternal as far as AI is concerned, because Project Mesma, I work in that field. We have created a mind of AI. So we own the patent for it. I own the patent for it. So what is different AI cannot do it is, no matter even after 1,000 years, okay, there needs to be a reference. Unfortunately, if it is a machine, the reference is per se fluid, but under a structured framework, under a constant framework. But human is not like that. Okay. Our mind has so much of fluidity, our mind has so much of variance where even the framework is completely different at every single point in time. Okay. A dharma of today will not be the dharma of tomorrow. That's what it is. Yet it has to remain into a holistic universal framework. Okay. So when you talk about Bhagavad Gita, one of my very favorite book is, favorite topic is, Bhagavad Gita is constant, but it has an infinite interpretation. That's the problem. uh, uh, the AI talking to AI problem that you said right now is exactly happening with Bhagavad Gita also. Okay. Every single person will interpret it in a way that they want. It's all from the end result. What they want as an end result. From there, they will decode it and then they will put all the words in Krishna's form. Right. So taking the crazy things forward. Okay, why are we talking about suddenly all these things? I have no idea. Maybe it's who today it is destined for that. Uh, what according to you is the circle? I'm asking about a career right now. Okay, what according to you is the circle of success that you have actually seen right now? Let's say that during your starting point of a career, there may be some success formula, and then it goes outdated, and then it comes something like that. And after a point in time, there is kind of a circle which goes through. Probably the circle is still not complete, but if you can take us through the circle, because life is also like that. It's a circle of life. When you talk about uh, um, uh, you know how Krishna in this. Like I always remember the Uddhav Gita, the point. So it talks about the circle of life. Okay. So why not we actually, talk about circle of life from our, you have given the circle of life in your in your person. Okay. Why not we talk about the project now? Means like, what was the trend which was going on before, and is there a circle which is coming back right now?
Satish, the circle is very big.
Hmm.
And there's a beautiful book that I always carry with me uh, and understand the core principles of it. Who moved my cheese?
Oh, wow.
And the only thing constant is change.
Yes.
So the circle, you need to keep on changing. In my journey, if I say my career journey, I started in 2004 as a corporate trainer. Till 2010, I was a corporate trainer, officially as an employee. After that, I became a freelance trainer. I was open to the world. Ever since then, been into FMCG, been into BFSI sector, and many other sectors, even construction, real estate, uh, uh, digital education, physical education, everything. 2011, I started my YouTube journey. 2016, I started my podcast journey. 2017, 18, I officially built my company and started uh, coaching hardcore, deeper into it, but was coaching YouTube at that time or video making. Eventually, 2020, I started coaching podcast. During that entire 18 months of that journey of teaching podcast, I realized people wanted to build their own education. They wanted to build their own ecosystem. And that's how pivoted to becoming a business coach. Because see, anyways, I was doing everything. The only thing is I was exposing only one aspect of it. Even though I was a business coach of my own, but never was a business coach for someone else. But then since 2021 till now, uh, I am right now a business coach. I became a professional speaker in 2016 when I gave my first speech in a very big educational conference. It was a paid one. Ever since I'm a professional speaker, that circle is still on.
Hmm.
Recently, 2022, I was going through a state of depression parallelly due to my one of my personal reasons. And 2024, I became an author. 29th November 2024. That was my first book, Brand Alchemist, all thanks to my friend Swarnalata, who is a publisher. She helped me to build that. 2025, all thanks to PSS 2026, I started writing in Diwali, my second book, and launched in Feb 2026 in Chennai. That's my second book. So I'm an author. The journey is still on. I don't know what is in store for the future, but at least what I know is what was there pre-COVID world was absolutely different. The COVID world was totally different, and after COVID world is different. Right now, we are in the AI era. Even this will come to an end. But what I personally feel is, along with the AI era, one more era has started, and that is the era of community. And that's why if you see, people thriving are the people who are in the community. People who are solo, lone wolves, they are not able to survive much. But again, in a community, you need to be very careful. There are sharks also. So either have the courage to face the sharks or be like a silent spectator and just stay in the outside circle rather than to be in the inner circle and be left out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very, very well said. Nicely said. Okay. Uh, Before I actually go into the long form research, which I just told you about, I have one very, mm, maybe again, crazy is a word which I always use because that's my personality, but a very, very different question. Let's say that if I have to probably create a brand, okay, for being anonymous, how will you create it? This this is don't ask me why I'm asking. I'd have no idea. Okay.
Okay. So you want to be brand?
I want to create a brand which is to be anonymous.
Okay.
I'll tell you, maybe I think there is an origin for this. Um, I sent an email to Frederick Hanning. Okay. I said that I want to market myself without being seen that I am marketing myself. And others feel that I am a marketer, marketing my speech. Give me an idea. Okay. I think an extension to asking to a brand man. I want to be branded as an anonymous guy.
Got it.
Everybody should know me, but I don't want them to know my name, my profession, whatever it is, like brand anonymity.
Got it. All right. So, see, one way to do that, and in fact, I have someone in my family. I'll just take an example. She started her own YouTube channel.
Mhm.
She says she creates all editing videos, beautiful anime videos. Now you understood who I'm talking
Yes,
about.
yes,
But she says, I don't want to reveal my face. Maybe in the future, if I want to, I would, but I don't want to show my face.
yeah,
I don't want to know that this brand is basically this.
yeah.
And she's still doing it. She's getting that views, she's getting that followers, she's getting those comments and the love.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, you can do the same. Uh, there are famous DJs in the world who wear mask. They don't even show, right? Who
Right.
they are. So
Yeah,
wherever they will travel or whatever they will do, they will
yeah.
wear a mask. After even this money heist, even that
Mm,
famous mask
mm,
also became
mm,
an
mm,
identity,
mm.
right? Uh, so that's one way of doing that, where people, even this anonymous brand also has a brand personality.
Yeah,
Without that, it
anonymity
will
is
never
also,
become it.
yeah, anonymity is also a personification. Yes,
Yes. So that we need to personify it, and that personify has to be then amplified.
good, lovely. Perception. Okay, let's go to,
I'll give you one example in this case.
yeah, give me 10
Uh,
also.
Harry Potter,
Right.
right? If you see that character played by Daniel,
Yeah,
Daniel basically became a Harry Potter. After that, in many movies he came,
he is only Harry
not
Potter.
many people. So that's a curse if you see
Yeah,
playing certain roles and you kind of get imprinted in that way, and whereby you don't get accepted. But now, if you see Johnny Depp, right? He has done brilliant
yeah,
personalities,
but
different characters,
he is always Pirates of Caribbean. Yeah,
right? Yes, Pirates of the Caribbean, but he's also, I mean, he has Willy Wonka,
yeah,
if I'm not wrong. Then the Hatter.
yeah.
So he has played multiple characters, and in each of the character, he has done flawless work, and each of the character he has lived it. So that people who understand that power of that branding, they are able to carry it forward.
And why do you say it is a curse? Why do you say it is a curse?
Because people don't accept the person who has played it as a separate identity. Let's take example of Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Home Alone child
Mm-hmm.
was trademarked as the same child. That was
Mm-hmm.
not accepted in any
Mm-hmm.
of the other things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Suits, Harvey Specter, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
moment he comes on the screen with any other movie, oh, that's Harvey. People don't even remember his real name, but they always remember, oh, he's Harvey, right?
Right.
Gandalf. So
Yeah.
all these are like, but if you see Batman is played by seven different
Yeah.
actors,
Because you
but
don't.
still, no, even though people know it was whether it was Ben
Yeah.
Affleck
Yeah.
or anyone else, but still, you know, they were able to keep Batman as separate and this identity separate. Similarly, there is a series called as Flash. So over there, the berry is kind of imprinted, or the famous Big Bang Theory,
Yeah.
Sheldon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So these are the curses.
Yeah.
Certain characters, if you play, and they are like, so imprinted in the mind, they are curses.
You're absolutely. I think the Home Alone Macaulay Culkin example is a fantastic example because that's from the childhood till today. That's wonderful discussion. Great. Okay. I have to go to the human archive section. So I'm going to say Wingardium Leviosa. and then I'm going to take it to. I am a Harry Potter crazy guy, so I don't know
Lovely.
how many times that I have seen it. I'm still seeing it. So, okay, there are 7 questions. This is a long form research conducted by one of my organizations. It's called MESMA Research, where we do behavioral psychology researches and neurobehavioral patterning research. So this is a long form research. All these 7 questions we ask to all the guests who are coming to the show and also to other people here. So what happens is after sizable number, we will create a cloud mapping along with the reference and we create human personas out of it. It is basically just an archive for the future generation to reference back saying like how human beings were, on different situations and how they started, you know, putting an identity to themselves from their heart, not their profession. Okay. Only rule is give an objective answer, not an explanation. Not think of it like a rapid fire now. So as many bullet points, that will be better. You can keep giving 100 bullet points also, not a problem. Okay. And we are anyway transcribing this, so AI is picking up all the things that we are talking right now. So the first question is, if you are ready. Okay. The first question is, who are you when nobody needs anything from you?
A traveler, an artist, a vagabond, a curious boy, a dancer, a singer, a mastmola.
Okay, that's the name. Okay. Okay, my second question. What part of yourself do people benefit from the most but rarely notice?
My spirituality.
Okay, right. Question number 3. What became stronger in you because life hurt you?
Accept and keep moving forward.
Accept. Okay, right. My question number 4. What ordinary moment in life feels extraordinary to you?
Laughter,
Okay,
raindrops,
okay.
cold wind, claps, touching,
Mhm.
good movie with my wife Neha, uh, time well spent over a glass of beer. With it can be with anyone, listening to someone's story, exchanging quality time.
Lovely. Some very rare, unique answers. So I can see how where all your mind is going. So it's an amazing thing. Okay, my question number 5. What silently disappeared from your life as you grew older? I'll repeat. It's a deep question. What silently disappeared from your life as you grew older?
Dreams I know I couldn't achieve.
Right. Wow. Okay. Okay. Next question. Sixth question. What kind of human connection do you think the world is starving for right now? I think you answered that before, but one more time. Why not? What kind of human
Genuinely
connection?
give time,
Sorry, go on, go on.
genuinely giving time, understanding the person, the love, staying in the moment. People don't need anything else.
Absolutely fantastic. My last question, and this is exactly why the show is being created. And this is one question which is very, very, very favorite to me. And I ask this to everybody, everywhere, every time, including the interviews that I take professionally also in my company also. Very favorite question of mine. Last question, when everything else is removed, whatever that you think of, education, this, that, whatever comes to your mind, control, alt, A, delete. Who are you? When
No one.
everything else is removed, who are
No one.
you? No one. Okay. That's a fantastic answer. Thank you so much. And my end of the talk has been really interesting. Some deep areas we touched, some very unique directions we went, and I had a wonderful time talking to you. And you've given me almost an hour, more than an hour of your time, and it's been a wonderful talk. Mithil, your final, your closing.
Thank you. So, Satish, the last question, I'll just add one line there. This was the
Absolutely.
same question
Yeah,
asked by Shiva to Hanuman.
right. Okay.
And then, like how you taught me for what, Shiva keeps on asking, if you remove this, then who are you? If you remove this, then who are you? So Hanuman basically is the avatar of Shiva only.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
he said, I'm Vayuputra, I am Ram Bhakt. So you remove all of them. Now who are you? That's when Hanuman realizes he's no one. He's nobody. So that's why I that is something that we need to understand. We are actually nobody. This body is just, you have taken it as a loan. The soul doesn't have a name. So
Yeah,
technically you are a soul and you are nobody.
yeah.
So, but then thank you, Satish, for giving me this opportunity to revisit and go into that zone where I do visit, but alone. Today I did it with you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. Since you actually brought that Shiva and Ganesha story, I have to probably say this angle. I'll not explain it. I'll not take a lot of time, but I'll leave you and the viewers to go and look into it. Um, just like Mahabharata, we have another beautiful thing, Ramayana. Okay. Um, we have been looking at Ramayana from King Ram or Lord Ram's perspective. Okay. I will just leave it at one note. Try to go and think about Ramayana in the angle of Lakshmana's wife. Okay. And that's where the origin of this question came into me because I'm a person who does things like this. I also have written a lot of content of Ramayana from Surpanaka's view. Okay. If you tilt the scriptures in a different view, you get a different angle. Okay, because I'm a psychologist, so this question will make a lot more sense if you start looking at a situation in somebody else's view here. So thank you so much. And whoever is seeing this, if you feel it is little intriguing, go and start thinking about Ramayana in Lakshmana's wife's view. You will actually see a completely different Ramayana, which will actually open up some very deep doors, and you'll be able to get a different angle of life, a different angle of what sacrifice is, and different angle of how a continuity of belief and faith can lead you to. I think you gave me a chance to bring this up, and I really thank you to make me tell this. And no better ending for the show than this particular statement. And I really want you also to think about it. And after a point in time, let me know if it is revealing enough for you to be glued to it. Okay, so
Surely.
thank you so much, and thank you for everybody, whoever is going to look into this video. We sure have a LinkedIn technical problem. I am sure because that green thing is not here, not an issue. We'll post it anyway. So thank you very much, Mithil. And thank you all for staying with us. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.